me, keeping the porch light on reminds me of the expression, "Keep the home fires burning till the boys come home," which was a song to remind our soldiers who were away at war that they were remembered by their loved ones back at home. Veterans and their families have made tremendous sacrifices because of their service, defending American freedom. I think having our residents throughout our city lighting their front porches over the Veterans Day weekend will remind these military veterans that we continue to appreciate their service to our nation. It is estimated that there are over 20,000 veterans in Lubbock County alone. Veterans come from all walks of life, and they all possess courage, pride, integrity, and loyalty. They have served for an American ideal that is larger than themselves, the cause of American freedom and independence. I'm thankful that Lubbock is a very patriotic city, and I am confident that those citizens who are made aware of this simple request will join together and turn on their porch lights and honor our veterans this weekend. For those interested, there are two other Veterans Day events that I want to make everybody aware of. One will be right here at the Lubbock Veterans War Memorial Sunday at 11 a.m. as we break ground on the newest addition to this memorial. I will allow my veteran friends here with me today to provide you with more information regarding that event and the addition being made here. The second event will be at the Silent Wings Museum, also on Sunday from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock, with a special Veterans Day ceremony at 2 p.m. Lubbock and the nation's glider pilots made a major contribution to the efforts during World War II, and this event at the Silent Wings Museum will be an appropriate and patriotic celebration. At this time, allow me to introduce Steve Owen, a Military Order of the Purple Heart and champion of our local veterans population, to say a few words. Steve?
Thank you, Councilman.
You bet.
Well, good morning. The cool weather that we're experiencing this morning reminds me of places where our forces have been throughout our history. Places like Valley Forge, where our Continental Army nearly froze to death. The Battle of the Bulge in World War II, the Aleutian Islands in World War II, and the Chosin Reservoir in the Korean War. But I'd like to also go back to a day in our history long ago. It's April 18th, 1775. There's a church in Boston. Now it's called the Old North Church. Its spire reached to 191 feet. And on that night, there was to be one candle put up there, one lantern put up there if the British were coming by land, and two if by sea. It was to indicate how the British were going to be approaching Charlestown from Boston. One light was lit, and off went Paul Revere on his famous ride. And so in honor of that light, and in honor of our veterans for the last throughout our history, especially the last 100 years, we're asking our citizens to turn their porch lights on, as Congressman Massengale has said. And we do this to honor and remember all our veterans, to remember their families who have also paid a high cost for our freedom, and remember our Purple Heart veterans who survived and live on with the wounds they received. He also mentioned that Sunday at 11 o'clock we will also be here again, off to the west here just a little bit, to have a groundbreaking ceremony for our regional monument of courage. And it is a groundbreaking ceremony to help us to remember our Gold Star families who have lost a loved one in service to our nation. Purple Heart recipients, as well as our region's 9 Medal of Honor recipients. We do not want to forget them. It has been said, a soldier never dies until his name is forgotten, and we do not want to forget them now. We also want to let our descendants know that we as a nation stood tall in time of need, and we had patriots who went forward to serve in our military. We had families who supported them and also grieved their loss. And so Sunday at 11 o'clock, we're going to have a groundbreaking ceremony over here for our regional Monument of Courage, which will cover our area from the top of our Panhandle down to Midland and Odessa, that area down there. Thank you for your time, and thank you for coming out. It's not that cold when you consider Valley Forge, the temperature in Alaska maybe. This is a hot day. So thank you. Thank you. I'm going to turn this over to Commander Benny Guerrero at VFW Post 2466.
Just to reiterate, I hope you do turn on that porch light. And I know as my friend Commander Steve Owen from the military with a Purple Heart, a Vietnam veteran and a Purple Heart recipient himself, would say, and I know he didn't say it, but I'll say it for him, turn on that porch light for his buddies, the over 58,000 that can't. Do it for them. And do it for the Texans. Since 9/11, over 600 Texans have given their lives for our freedom. Since 9/11. Do it for them and do it for their families. Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you all for coming. Remember to turn your porch light on. Remember the importance of the weekend moving into Monday. Go out and support the Red Raiders in a great win tomorrow.